Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all his guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Yeah, old Tattoo Dave, it's not that he's taking a day off, but I think it's the last day of shooting. What is that TV show that is all the rage?
SWAT.
What did you call me, Mark?
SWAT.
Oh, okay.
I need to jump in before anyone because I'm in the know. SWAT.
It's
Well, he asked, I answered.
it's a
I know, Mark.
TV show called SWAT, and it's all the rage. It's been on like a bunch of seasons.
8 seasons, I think.
Yeah, that ain't bad for a TV show these days. So anyway, he's sorely missed. What do you think, Mart? Is Tattoo Dave sorely missed?
Well, he's in a rap party, or they can't be shooting still.
Yeah, they're shooting. They're shooting.
And then
Listen to Mark C.G. Boyer. He knows all.
Well, I
right?
guess
yes, they're
yeah.
shooting. Yes.
Mark, calm down. I know you just did the weird show before ours, but just calm down.
Okay, that
You'll
weird
be
show
okay.
before ours has nothing to do with our audience, who are kind enough to check out Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Yeah.
And you have to punch it in exactly that way to watch us on YouTube. And we could be on Rumble this week. I have no idea.
Is Dave going to show up later?
I don't know. Bud Light's $6 billion girl, Alissa Heinerscheid. Boy, that's a name to draw to, ain't it? Yeah, Alissa Heinerscheid.
Nice Swedish girl.
There are leaked pics showing Bud Light exec who wants to update company's fratty culture, enjoying a fratty party when she was like 20 or 21 years old. And they're blowing up condoms and drinking all sorts of concoctions. And this is the woman, the $6 billion girl that costs. And by the way, by the time you're watching this, or even today, they're probably up to 7 or 8 or 9 billion by now that Bud has lost.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a dirty, rotten shame. Let me find her here because I'm producing the show as well as
I don't know when a plan comes together. Like,
as well as your actor, your thespian on the show today. Okay, here, I got this ready. And this is... Okay, first of all, I think this is how it all began. This is Dylan celebrating 365 days of womanhood.
how can he do that?
Well, let's find out.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some...
You know, by the way, Dylan could have stopped at can, I think. Don't you think?
Well, also, he doesn't know what March Madness is.
Yeah, but...
Because March Madness
But
is...
Dylan could have stopped simply at can. Here.
money, too.
Okay. One more time with Dylan Mulvaney, who is celebrating 365 days of womanhood.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, that's not the first can with his face on it that's ever appeared. I don't know if there are pictures, but I'm certainly... that old Dylan Mulvaney has had his face in many, many cans.
Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money, too.
Yes, swing it, baby. Ladies, biological females, are there any other type? Nope. Are you going to take this crap? I mean, are you going to take this crap? We are here, your Outlaw Radio gang, to defend your rights to party as a female and as a significant vagina-wearing... Okay, now I know there are those who might say, why do you have to use the V word? I don't think females have a problem with the V word. I think, guys usually sort of go, especially around the mixed company. But wear it proudly and don't put up with this crap. After your long fight for equality and the vote. Okay, the vote thing may not have been the best thing. I don't know. Giving you the vote. And I know many conservative women, or even those on the fence that sort of lean, or old school liberal that lean conservative these days, because you sort of have to lean conservative these days in order not to be notched as an idiot stick. Am I wrong about this?
No.
Anyone? Is there anyone on the show?
Well, I mean,
me?
I try to chime in, and I can't talk, so I'm just going to let you run her today. Go for it.
How were you not able to talk, Mart?
It's okay, man. It's all good.
No, I know it's all good, but I'm trying to understand how in the last few minutes anyone has interrupted you.
Persa, do you hear this? It's like Billy's got a different show going on out there, and it's really loud.
Okay, hey, Billy
That's
Dilly.
horrible.
Billy, our HR man, Billy Dilly. Now, if you recall, last week I brought him in because he was still on the Bud Light campaign.
By the way,
meaning that's his favorite beer.
Yeah, for years and years. But I'll tell you, I noticed today. I opened up the outdoor.
Now hold on, no, don't you give up. I need to know. Hey, Billy, has your hearing gone? Do you think he's talking to himself out there?
Of course he is.
Billy, get your ass in here. By the way,
Turn that radio down or off.
Yeah, it's been a huge fight, a long fight for equality.
Yeah, right.
Equal pay, and females have, I believe, been making more than males for quite some time now. Are you gonna get in here, Billy?
I'm working on it.
We're doing a little show here. Billy, I just simply need to ask you, are you off the Bud Light? Because, okay, show me what you're drinking. And of course, did you walk in with your new beer? Show it to the audience on YouTube.
I got Jameson and Modelo with limes.
So Jameson is his new beer, but Modelo, is that it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nicely done, Billy. You're excused. That's Billy Dilly, who has seen the light, and he's doing the right
I had to
thing.
get away from that Woke.
Yeah?
Please turn the radio off or move it, please.
Yeah, or is that Burl Bear, radio legend from the Pacific Northwest, yakking? Because
no, it's not. It's Billy's radio. But of course, Billy said, "Yeah, Burl's out there." Well, he's not doing it, Billy.
Listen, you lovely, luscious female.
He brought lime in. I don't know why he brought chopped up lime.
Up to go with the Jameson.
Oh, and then Mark, of course, who knows nothing about liquor, obviously, says, "Well, that's to go with the Jameson."
Lime goes with Jameson.
I've never heard of that.
Huh.
That's a new one for me. You know, there is a spirit that sort of you pair it with lime.
Tequila, maybe.
All right. So you had to give up the ghost.
Yeah, well, I don't,
I wanted our very smart listeners to come up with that on their own.
Well, I like lime on my tacos too, stuff like that. But in whiskey, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think that works so well. But the fact that Billy Dilly, our HR man, who served our country, a Marine, hurrah, brought us a little Jameson's. That's a very sweet thing for him to do.
And I brought a bottle of something. I don't even. Well, it's whiskey.
Yeah.
Show the camera.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good.
It was in a $10 bin.
Well,
how can you go wrong for $10?
Especially a $7.50 whiskey for. Well,
it's called Henderson whiskey.
Okay, I'll taste it in a few minutes, and I'll let you know how you could go wrong.
Okay.
But hopefully, it's a good stuff. You never know. You never know.
Right.
There are some underrated whiskeys that could cost you $1.25, meaning $125 or $200, that may cost you $10. I mean, you never know.
Well, this is $10, and there's 4 of them left. So
okay, this show today is not about whiskey, although we are always about drinking, smoking, and interrupting. But I want to talk to you, you lovely female.
Right.
You've been a woman your entire life. And this upstart fake chick, after 365 days, is celebrated? What the F is that? Where is the major brand deal for you biological, dyed-in-the-wool, real females? Where is that major multi-gazillion-dollar brand deal for you lovely, real females? Dylan Mulvaney is laughing all the way to the ladies' room.
Yes.
Are you going to allow this Dylan Mulugly to make a mockery of your womanhood? I think not. I think it's time that we females stood together.
Wait.
What? Yes.
Yes.
You heard me.
Yes.
Okay, let me find this because I'm doing everything today. This is, and you may have heard this by now, but you certainly haven't heard our take on this. But this will give you a little butt cringe. This is Alissa from Budweiser, the famous Heinerscheid, who has cost the company at least $6 billion so far.
Well, I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job.
Obviously not.
Not a good one.
Not a good businesswoman. Perhaps you are a businesswoman, but obviously not a good businesswoman. Heinerscheid. Man, if Jerry Lewis were alive today, boy, he would have a take on that name, wouldn't he? Heidenschneiden.
Well, I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was...
Yeah, I guess to force them to lose at least $6 billion in 6 days.
To bankrupt them.
That's one hell of a gig. Yeah. And she's doing it rather well. Okay, Heidenscheid.
Well, I'm a businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was... This brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. Oh. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like we need to evolve and elevate this.
Evolve and elevate. So bringing Mulvaney in is elevating the product in what way? In wokeness? See, the dirty little secret here that shouldn't be a secret is that we don't care what your sexual what you like sexually.
Yeah.
We don't care. Have a happy day, don't hurt other people, and stop shoving it down our throats. It's that stinking simple.
And by the way, Bud Light started declining as soon as they sold to Europe.
Yeah, well,
they sold the company.
I bet the old guard, Anheuser-Busch folks, I bet the old guard would not have allowed this to happen.
They've already got on record. They came
They
out.
have?
They do not appreciate what's going on.
I bet they are smart enough to know that their base audience are truck drivers. They're certainly
Kid Rock.
Well, they're blue-collar people who enjoy their beverage and don't need this wokeness and this narrative shoved down their effing throat. The only thing they want shoved down their throat is a little Bud Light. And now look what has happened. This little idiot stick, Alissa Heinerscheid wokenin, has come out and ruined a company. And if you don't think, even though Anheuser-Busch is owned by Europeans now, if you don't think they don't want to fire her ass,
oh yeah,
you know they do.
But they can't.
They're between a rock and a hard place. Because if they do fire her, then of course the backlash is significant. What they're doing now is all the big wigs at Anheuser-Busch, they are building a time machine so they can go back in time and not allow her to take this pivotal role as marketing director for a major beer company. More with Heidenschneiden.
Incredibly iconic brand. And what I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means
Oh, here, this should be good. Yeah, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means that the folks that are currently drinking Bud Light, or were as of 7 days ago, are not the folks you want drinking it, because Alissa Heinerscheid believes that they,
young Frankenstein,
those who are drinking Bud Light, or were as of 7 days ago, are cavemen and women. They are those from the past. They're not woke. They don't understand that in this new day and age, it's fun to watch a man wear a dress. And like this Dylan Mulvaney, wear more makeup per capita than any female I have ever seen in my entire life.
Why is that, Matt?
It is, well, I will tell you.
He's an ugly mofo.
I'll get to that.
Man.
I will get to that. And this is more of Alissa Heinerscheid.
Inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and
there we go, inclusive, lighter and brighter. Anybody? Rainbows and horsewhips. No, I don't think horsewhips is included in there, but I'm going to try to get your mic working here, Mark. Go ahead. You know, it worked the entire time on that Fakatka friggin' show that you do before. Yes.
Yes, it was. I seem to be up.
What? Okay. We took 10 seconds of valuable time from our listener to hear you say, "I seem to be up." Now, I brought you up because you were talking in the background. I assumed you had something to say other than, "I seem to be up."
We're listening to Hindenburg right now.
No, move on.
Oh, my God.
Okay, first of all, it's my show. You don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Second of all, if you have something to say, then keep it in that big-ass cranium of yours and bring it back when I ask what the hell was it you wanted to say. Bottom line here. You've been a female your entire life. And this upstart fake chick who is still a male. And by the way, even if you go through the surgery, Dylan Mulvaney, and this person, Dylan, says that he has plans to go through the surgery.
Yeah.
But because it's not time yet, or it's not good for his or her health, do you think you gallivanting around talking like this just for no apparent reason? See, you'll never be a woman, because women don't talk like that. Women simply don't talk that way.
They really don't, man.
But you continue making a mockery.
Yes, and Matt, not only
of your womanhood.
Not only the heterosexual women out there, but the transgender community themselves are getting a little PO'd at this guy.
Well, I don't know if it's the transsexuals, but I will tell you this: my gay friends, homosexuals, on both sides. Both lesbians and mostly gay guys who are just sick and tired of the whole thing. It's just like, what was wrong with us just simply being gay?
Yeah.
Why did you have to make it a thing? But wait, there's more. There's more Alissa Heinerscheid.
Brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how does this woke movement, a guy dressing up as a woman, how does that appeal to females? Anyone? I mean, help me with this.
It's not.
If I'm missing something here,
no, you're not.
I don't understand how that appeals to a female, especially a female who has their act together.
And representation is sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work, and we had this.
We have to see people that reflect you. We're talking about the tiniest of percentages here, less than a percentage of Americans who are transvestites or LGBTQ for that matter.
And she's a head of corporate or whatever she is.
But she's the head of marketing.
Yes.
But she's talking as though they must reflect whom? Such a small percentage? Why would you not want to go after the most people most of the time?
Well, she doesn't do her research. She doesn't do her research either, because if she knew her demographic.
Yes, Smart, spit it out.
If she knew her demographic, it's tough with him doing.
But she doesn't know her demographic.
I know she doesn't.
I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of bratty, kind of out of touch humor, and it was really.
You know what that means? Yeah. See, that's a dog whistle. Out of touch humor.
Yeah.
Oh, that means sexist. That means that's out of touch humor. So she's judging those people who 7 days ago were drinking Bud Light because she didn't appreciate their humor or their jokes. Because with these woke people and those on the left, humor doesn't exist. They are humorless people.
No.
They are unhappy people.
They don't know sarcasm. They don't get it.
And this woman is the tip of the iceberg. But thank God folks have seen the light and said, enough already. Just a couple more seconds of Alissa Heinerscheid.
It's important that we had another approach.
Yeah, well, it is important that you have another approach there, Alissa. And what have we noticed about the majority of woke women? And if I'm wrong about this, please state your case. What have we noticed about the majority of woke women? Anyone?
No, I
double Uggs.
Oh, yeah.
Double Uggs.
Yep.
And Bud exec Alissa is certainly no exception to this rule.
Yeah, well, I mean, now when she goes to get her next job, I'm sure she'll be hired right away. Not. She's done, man. I mean, she screwed herself in a lot of ways, and she screwed a gazillion-dollar company. She hurt them really badly.
What I think's going to happen here is they're not going to fire her. I don't think that they would take that bold move.
She'll sue them.
Although they want to. Yeah. But I think they're going to hide her in some lower rung friggin' office somewhere. Now, even though Anheuser-Busch is owned by Europeans, I think that she still does business probably here in New York. I'm not certain where her office is, but they're going to hide her without firing her. But this double friggin' Ugg and Bud exec Alissa. Yeah. Oh, Matt, you're so mean. No, sometimes the truth sounds mean, doesn't it? It sounds mean, but it is the truth. Not enough lipstick in the world that you can smear on that pig to make that person look good. And
you're a hog, capiche?
But that obviously is not the point.
I know.
Even though it's one of the many points we'll make today. But it's a great way to get back at men who have turned down her advances over the years. Because because of her looks, and what have I said on this show since day one, almost 20 friggin' years ago, the most important thing for a female to be is hot. Hot. And this Alissa Heinerscheid, the Bud marketing exec, missed out by a million friggin' miles, and she's pissed about it. This is the secret, the dirty little secret. She's pissed. She wants to get back at those men. You heard it. I mean, it's pretty black and white what she said. She's not talking about the females drinking Bud who are making the off-color jokes. She's talking about the guys. She is. Guys that have pissed her off and turned her down. $6 billion. $6 billion you've lost for a major beer company. You know the powers that be would love to fire her ugly, woke ass, but they won't. We will continue, and yes, lovely ladies, we are fighting for you. For you, biological, beautiful females. And even if you're a 2 on the scale, you are so much hotter than this friggin' Mulvaney idiot who will never, ever, ever be a female. We'll be this after back.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion.
Magic Matt Allen.
Okay. All right. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies, to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's the way you have to punch it in exactly to watch us from this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar on YouTube and on rumble.com. And if you just tuned in, I pointed out that there's there's not enough lipstick in the world that you can smear on that pig known as Alissa Heinerscheid. Yeah, she's the marketing director for Bud Light, who has lost them well over $6 billion. By the time, even probably today, it's got to be over $6 billion.
Sure.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, the execs over there are going crazy, man. But Matt, I need to ask you something.
Yeah.
A big corporation like that, in her position, doesn't somebody have to green light what she's doing first?
See, my notion is simply this, that you've got a bunch of quote-unquote unwoke older guys running the show. They then believe in that loudmouth, whether it's female or male, youngin'. And I think she's about 39 years old, so she would be young compared to these 60 and 70-year-old guys who are running Anheuser-Busch. So they believe that she knows what the hell she's doing, and she's on the positive tip of this new social evocation of incredible wokeness and men dressing as women. And
so they let her run. They let her run with it. So they're almost as guilty for not doing their research.
No. I don't know if they're guilty, but they're stupid.
Right. Okay.
They are stupid friggin' people. She hates and she can't stand. It was on her, I think, Facebook page, which obviously has since been deleted, but it's out there. Budweiser's Vice President of Marketing, Alissa Heinerscheid, could be seen in images on her now deleted Facebook page enjoying a campus scavenger hunt, blowing up condoms like balloons, and downing beers during a 2006 booze fest. See, that's what happens when you're young and stupid. But it appears that she's going to be stupid all her life. Obviously, the young part will escape her. She was blowing up condoms like balloons, downing beers, and leave it to the Daily Caller, man. I got to tell you, for some reason, they get the best stuff. They must have a research team beyond belief. They obtain the photos of this should-be former Bud Light exec who, as far as I know, will still be employed. Because my brother Marty is right. Oh, she'll sue him. Oh, she'll sue him.
Absolutely.
But it's not even about the lawsuit. I don't even think they're worried about a lawsuit. They're worried about how this looks. They're worried about the optics. They screwed up, so now how do you walk it back? Heinerscheid.
Schnitzel.
And her college pals can be seen in an album titled ISIS Senior Reverse Initiation Scavenger Hunt. So they call it ISIS Senior Reverse Initiation Scavenger Hunt, where the co-eds held a talk about the exploration of the scrotum professors. The photos appeared to have been taken during an event hosted by Harvard's ISIS Club, a group founded to create a safe social space for women. This is 2006. Has this crap been going on that long?
I guess so, man. Wow.
So the women would have a very safe space on campus to socialize and not worry
about what?
I don't know.
About what?
Some good-looking guy hitting on them.
It's just like it goes back to
it's man-hating. You know that is.
When I was working at USC, they had this 3-second rule. We had to sign a contract. We were doing a subterranean hole, and it's like we get into the job. You have to sign this contract. If you look,
our entire focus has been on a subterranean hole.
Well, and if you look at a woman on campus, a student on campus, more than 3 seconds, they can kick you off. So all it takes is one wildebeest and never gets looked at. Anything going, he stared at me. Whatever, just an angry biatch.
Yeah, and they
do that, and you can get thrown out.
Well, psychologically, as I understand it, women like to be stared at if they're staring at you. But supposedly, women don't like to be stared at if they're not staring at you.
Then don't wear yoga pants and go straight up,
Yeah. The old, hoo-how that makes you a beautiful woman.
Right, which we love.
I mean, I got to tell you, that Dylan Mulvaney, man, the last thing I want to see that guy wear is yoga pants.
Well, he did that for Nike.
Oh, yeah, and he talks about his bulge and how he's proud of his bulge.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So are you proud of 365 days being a woman, or are you more proud of the old bulgaroo?
What he's proud of is his bank account is what he's proud of right now.
Oh my God, is this guy living the friggin' life? No matter, but see, a guy like this, I think, and I may be wrong, but I think a guy like this is so fragile that no matter how much money he makes, if the public outcry is negative toward him, he may have a breakdown or a fake breakdown because he's been a thespian all his life.
Yeah.
And he's totally full of crap.
Oh God! Did you see the Drew Barrymore thing?
No.
No. Was it Drew Barrymore? Yes, it was Drew Barrymore. I'm sorry. Yes, it was.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, I'm going to get to that.
Oh boy!
You're talking about that Drew Barrymore show where? What's the basic premise of her show?
She got down on her knees and
yeah, but what is the premise of her show? She has a show.
Right. I thought it was a talk show.
I thought. Oh, okay. So this is different because there is a show about folks coming out and a show about transsexuals.
Maybe this is the one.
But okay, so maybe I missed this one because I'm going to get into some heavy stuff here. But what are you speaking to?
Oh, so Drew Barrymore, I saw this clip on one of the media outlets where Drew's on her show. Mulvaney is like doing this fake little dancing and singing.
Well,
routine.
It's not fake; it's dancing.
And then all of a sudden, Drew gets out, drops to her knees, and says, "I am so proud of you." And I've always loved Drew. I lost a lot of respect for her.
No. She's okay. She seems to be a good businesswoman, or she has people around her that are great business people, which is virtually the same thing in show business.
Yeah.
But she's been a big woke idiot for many years.
I really saw the colors come out there, man.
Yeah. No. She's been that way forever. Did you hear about Luca Hain and her transition story? There's nothing to laugh at, Mark. This is a true.
Oh, I'm sorry.
True transition story. And by the way, Outlaw Radio is a no apology zone.
Yeah.
But this is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
This is.
Now I know which one you're talking.
This is a woman on, and I forget where this took place, but she's on the steps, and she's talking on microphone and wearing a dress, because she is I believe, a biological female. And I'll tell you what, this made me a little weepy-eyed. This is Luca Haines. Listen to Luca Haines.
The very first medical intervention I ever had was a double mastectomy at 16. And then a few months later, I was put on testosterone. I'm now 21, and I will live with the impacts of that so-called care for the rest of my life. In the past 4 or 5 months, I have watched as my body has fallen apart in front of me, my joints constantly hurting, my vocal cords aching, watching as parts of me atrophy away before my very eyes. And yet at 16, they looked me in the eyes and they told me this was care.
This is what's going on every day now.
Yes, sir, man.
This is what's happening every day.
She was 16 when she had her double vasectomy.
Well, something like that, Mart. Luca Hain.
They told me it would save me. Despite the fact I was never suicidal, my parents were baited with the idea of, would you rather have a dead daughter or a living son? Bullied into going along with it.
Yeah, bullied in going along with it. Her parents.
Yeah.
This is a heartbreaking story. In the name of care, compassion, and inclusion. Disgusting. This is disgusting. It is a mental health issue. And the parents are coerced because they trust these a-hole frickin' doctors. They trust the doctors to do the right thing.
What is their motive, the doctor's motive?
Well, I will tell you this. Before the epidemic, a few years ago, I trusted in doctors as well. All that trust is out the friggin' window.
So it is about capital for the doctors?
I learned it was about the money with these people and walking in lockstep. Obviously, I'm not speaking of all doctors. Obviously, there are some great genius doctors, but I must say that the vast majority seem to care nothing about people, much like the teachers union. Wow, I just went off on a... but,
I was going to go, where'd you just go?
I'll tell
you
you
left,
what.
are you on a mushroom trip right now?
Yeah, I guess I am. I'm not a big fan of the teachers union. I don't know that. But this is so disgusting.
Like me, man.
This is so friggin' disgusting.
Well, it is, Matt. And when I saw that, and she is laying it on the line and is physically and mentally destroying her as a young 21-year-old person.
Yeah.
It is disgusting. But then again, people will not look at this and learn from this because they're closed-minded. Their heads are buried in the sand.
Well, when you say people, we're still talking about a minority of people.
Yes.
Because even I wouldn't go so far as to say a majority of Democrats or liberals, but I think many a liberal still know that what's going on here is friggin' beyond the pale, and this is insanity. And it is the difference between normal and not normal. Look it up in the dictionary. Normal has a meaning.
We should play that every week, by the way.
Which part?
The one you just played.
Luca Hain.
Yes, every week.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for this person. It is disgusting. It is, I would, and who knows when it comes to stats, but I would go on record as saying it's 90% a mental health issue. And if it's not, then when you're of legal age to have these things done, then you make the choice. Right or wrong, at least you are an adult who can make those choices.
Her parents should be locked out.
No, they're coerced. And well, yes and no, because yes, if I'm a parent in the same sort of situation, no doctor is going to coerce me. I'm going to say, no, you're full of crap.
Yeah, beat it.
Yeah, this is my son or this is my daughter.
Yeah.
They will figure it out. We're not, at 16 years old, we're not putting them under the knife. And hormone treatments. And then fast forward years later, and they're screwed. And not just mentally screwed, but physically.
Their body's falling apart.
So, Luca Hain, man, we are with you here on Outlaw Radio. Got a lot to get to, including one of the most disgusting stories regarding a transgender couple attempting to breastfeed their baby when we return on the big growly dog of broadcasting, meant to say broad chasing, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and on great radio stations. Mark, talk to me.
I'm here. Talking. Let me get my headphones on. I can hear.
Stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
All right. Okay. Let me jump into this. Transgender couple.
And if you've eaten breakfast or if you haven't eaten it, we're sorry.
I don't know why you'd be eating breakfast so late in the day.
I don't know. Some people like to eat dinner, breakfast.
I have no problem with breakfast any time of the day, but I don't know why you would go with breakfast.
Any kind of food.
Certainly not milk from a nipple. Transgender couple. You would think that I would hope that at some point in the future, I would be making up a story like this, because then we'd know the bad, ridiculous woke times are gone. Transgender couple attempting to breastfeed their baby. It's two men, right, Mark?
No. There's actually a biological woman involved, but it was the biological man that was attempting to breastfeed the baby.
Right. Okay. So it is their child, correct?
Yes.
Produced from the orifice of the female that looks like a man. They both look like men.
They switched over, but yeah.
Yeah. One now plays the female part, while the other one plays the man with the hanging phallus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And although I didn't see it, so I don't know if it is hanging. I'm just assuming. But you see them on camera.
Yeah.
And the man who is the female is attempting to breastfeed their baby, and he's quoted as saying, the baby latched on.
Yeah.
The baby latched on.
Is that child abuse?
To a male's nipple.
Yeah.
And went on to say, we supplement with formula.
Mm-hmm.
We supplement with formula.
And then his partner said, someday...
Supplement means that there is some sort of milk coming from that male's nipple, and then they have to add more to supplement. There will be no milk coming from that male nipple. You friggin' sick mental moron patients. Why is Protective Services not on site to take that child away from these mentally impaired, Silence of the Lamb antagonist-looking F-wads?
And that, the worst part is, it's on video, and you can see the poor little baby. Poor little baby.
Why on earth is Child Protective Services not ripping that kid away from these two frickin' mental patients? That's where we are in 2023?
Yeah.
That makes sense to you? That makes sense to you who voted for Joe Biden, who Biden is all in on this LGBTQIA, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm there was an LGBTQIA. This is okay with you. This is okay with a little baby latching on to a male's nipple with no hope ever in the world, but these two delusional friggin' delinquent pieces of crap, and they are freaks, are allowed to care for an innocent child, and that's okay?
I would take that baby.
That is not okay. I got a lot to get to when we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on great radio stations across the country. We love you, Wausau. What's up, Wausau? And on YouTube, punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and on Rumble.com.
Imagine Dragons on the countdown to number 1 this week, edging down just a bit to number 29, Radioactive. And they're taking advantage of their hits by touring right now. Catch Imagine Dragons at Paul Liebeskin's backyard on Thursday. Catch Imagine Dragons around the pool at Matt Allen's Tiki Hut with some alcoholic friends of his every Saturday afternoon. Rick D is heading to number 1. Yep.
Put your hand over your mouth when you call. That'll help the solution.
Doohickey, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten him up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
You may have noticed if you're watching, how would you know if you're simply listening to us on great radio stations throughout the nation? But today I am quaffing an old-fashioned. It's very rare that I quaff an old-fashioned here on the show. It's usually straight whiskey, and certainly not this early in the show, but because Tattoo Dave, my producer, is out, I needed a little self-medication. Hey, at least I tell you the truth, my friends. Hey, but I am enjoying and quaffing this old-fashioned because Mark C.G. Boyer and I attended a beautiful birthday party for the great Milt Larson, proprietor of the Magic Castle. That castle high on the hill at 701 Franklin in Hollywood, California. Legendary castle. Do I? That's Mark making that sound, right? Why does he have to do that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think it's a Jewish thing, and I'm not even being.
No, it might be a Jewish thing.
Because it's like they always like Howard Lapidus.
They? Wait, did you say they? Okay, please, no anti-Semitism on this show. No. It's the last thing we need.
It's like they're always tired and they're always hungry.
There, he said
both.
Mark C.G. Boyer.
Yes,
he said they again.
Well, he's pretty close.
Him and Howard.
It's pretty close. Yeah, a lot of sighing from our Jewish brethren. But what a great night, and pleasantly surprised. I was ready to whip out the wallet because I had no idea that every liquor was on the house downstairs at that private party within the confines of the Magic Castle.
Wow.
It was a great night. So I had a little a gin martini or two, and then followed it up with an old-fashioned to give a lovely toast to Milt Larson, 92 years old, man.
Was he having a drink himself?
Oh, he was having a drink himself, yes. And then by the end of the night, after a little confab outside, I finally found the smoking area. I got to tell you, they treat us like friggin' miscreants, man. Anywhere you go, even the beautiful Magic Castle, you have to go as far away from the castle. We're almost across the street smoking. But the good news is 3 lovely females and I had a beautiful conversation.
Oh.
And it appears that they are also in the business. And who knows?
They're going to be here tonight?
They may get their asses over here.
Ah.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, what the hell?
Get them in the pool all liquored up. And
I kept, during my confab with these lovely ladies, the oldest was 44.
Oh, boy.
And
Perfect.
But at my age, I'm looking at a 44-year-old as old. That's wrong.
Yeah,
I have to get out of this mindset because it's a problem that I obviously am having. The youngest was 24, and then the one that was extra hot was 30.
Oh, that's perfect.
But even at my age, I'm thinking, well, let's see. When I was 30, how old was she? Let's not even talk about it. No.
Get you locked up.
But I was noticing texts on my phone. That's usually where you find your texts.
Yeah.
From Mark C.G. Boyer, and I was ignoring them.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
He's easy to ignore. I mean, I hate to say
because
it, but
he's a pesterer. He's a pesterer. And so I guess he was letting me know that they were at the Owl Bar.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go in through the front door where you have to say open sesame for the 50 millionth time, and then the bookshelf opens.
Ooh.
And, you got
to act surprised. Hey!
No, it's fun.
No, I know.
It's a fun thing.
It is.
Yeah, this Milt Larson, 92 years old, he is the Walt Disney of our time. This guy he's the greatest. So I had to find my way, but they closed the door. They locked the door to the downstairs party area. So I had to find someone. And he said, were you in there before?
Ugh.
And I said, yeah, I was okay.
You know who I am?
But they were very nice. They were very nice. And so I took the long route up to the Owl Bar, which is now called the Johnny Carson Bar. And it's about time. They have a beautiful portrait of Johnny Carson up there, the last great frickin' talk show host, Johnny Carson.
And I'm sure Carson frequented that place, right?
Well, he didn't frequent a lot of places, but he was there a few times, and Milt knew him pretty damn well.
Yeah.
But as those who knew anything about Johnny Carson would tell you, he was not a fun drunk.
Right.
So he would want to fight. And just another thing I guess I have in common with Johnny Carson.
I've never experienced you inebriated and angry.
Yeah, well, it's not anger. It's not angry. It's about.
What is it then?
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
It's about looking at me the wrong way.
Big dummy coming out.
Oh yeah. You'll hear a big dummy uttered from this pie hole.
And you know that the fighting is going to commence.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while even to find the smoking area, and I thought the guy was talking down to me, and I'm glad it didn't escalate, okay? Because that was an employee of the Magic Castle. I don't need that.
No.
I simply don't. Even though, Mark, are you familiar with the stained glass there where the valets, they sort of sit inside? There's a big, beautiful stained glass.
Yes, it is. It's lovely.
Yeah, I went through that many years ago. And it was a fight. It was. But I did get the last laugh. I think I wasn't bloody, but the other guy was. But here's the good news. No big house for me. I shouldn't be admitting these things because I don't do that's it's a lot like the scene in The Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood. I'm not that man anymore. I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not. I'm simply not. But I sauntered my way up to the Owl Bar.
It didn't crash through the stained glass this time.
No. Okay. And the Owl Bar is truly the Cheers bar of the Magic Castle.
It's great.
It's the place where, those who knew each other would hang out. And they even had the velvet rope up there latched. And I love the fact that I had to open the latch and then walk in. And because there are only a few of us now, after this many years, who are sort of a part of that conclave of Milt Larson devotees and dear friends of the man. And it was fun. And I'll tell you what. So it's free, beautiful beverages downstairs. And then I thought, well, it might be time. I've only had 3 cocktails. Might be time for a 4th, and that would be an old-fashioned made by the master mixologist at the Al Bar. And so I requested one, and it was gorgeous. He didn't require any money. He didn't even ask me to pay. He didn't even stick around long enough for me to give him a tip. So, and I guess it's because it's sort of that old school happy birthday Milt Larson crew, right. And yeah, we filled all of the chairs there.
It's not many. It's one of the smallest bars there in the castle.
Yeah, it is. It's how would you describe it? I mean, as
it's off to the side, off the stairs.
Yeah.
Kind of in a little cubby hole. There's like 8 seats.
As you walk up the stairs into the main sort of area of the Magic Castle.
Yeah, I would describe it as
restaurants.
I would describe it as comfortable.
Yeah, it is. It's very comfortable. And quaint.
And that's where you first introduced me to Milt, the great, fantastic, lovely Milt Larson.
Well, I've spent many hours there at the Al Bar.
And you introduced me to him, and I was going through some problems, and I'll tell you what, along with you, he helped me. His words of wisdom helped me.
This man is a sage, and for those of you who listen and watch Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, you know that I close each show with Bumblebees Can't Fly. And that was sage advice from Milt Larson about 32 years ago to me. And he had to explain it to me. I don't think I need to explain it to you.
No.
Or look it up. Because everyone knows that bumblebees do fly. All right, enough said.
Yep. So I want to go back to these chicks, because are they coming over tonight? Did you get some numbers on them?
Everything's fine.
Well, you got 3, man. Can you give a little help a brother out? Help a brother out. Throw the boy a bone.
Well, how many are going to take up my time, for God's sake?
Oh boy,
I got a tough enough time with one. It's not easy these days.
I could show them around. Hey, these are my guitars, and we got a swimming pool.
Oh, anyway, happy birthday, Milt Larson of the world famous Magic Castle. And I feel fine in talking about the Magic Castle to those and other beautiful people in other parts of the country, because it seems that even those folks who are not here in Los Angeles, and by the way, consider yourself lucky, because we have the worst governor in the history of governors here.
Yeah.
This Gavin Newsom is one piece of crap.
The devil.
But I think you probably heard of the Magic Castle.
Yeah, man.
And it's one of those famous joints. And if you're ever in town, give me a call, and I'll bring you over there. I won't.
Well, it is a tough place to get into. I think to this day.
Well, it's a private quote unquote club. But I'll tell you what, the millennials and the Gen Zs, man, they're taking over there. That's why I really don't make my way over there much anymore, because all of my friends throughout my life have been 20, 30 years older than me. So suffice to say, all those people that I used to know, and as we're at Milt's party downstairs in the Magic Castle, I whispered to Mark, I used to know everyone here at these get-togethers.
Yeah. Right.
And now I know 3 people. And it happens. I guess the alternative sucks. So you have to live with it and sort of embrace life and have a happy day and have things to look forward to.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell. And don't forget, bumblebees can't fly. Disneyland will hold its first ever official Pride celebration.
Yay.
The decision comes at a time of increasing division over LGBTQ rights in the U.S.
Come on for yourselves.
I read that headline because it comes from, obviously, a liberal rag, especially this part. The decision comes at a time of increasing division over LGBTQ rights in the U.S. Wrong. That is a lie. That is a 100% lie. There is no division of LGBTQ rights. No one wants LGBTQIA, EIEIO, folks, the alphabet people's rights to be taken away. That's not what this is about. Yeah. This is simply about pay attention attention to me. These folks want us to dislike them. They love this. It's the way they garner attention. That's the secret. This is not about equal rights. No one wants to take any human being's rights away. Okay, I can't say no one. You know, there are some a-holes out there.
Yeah.
But a true, logical thinking human being wants everyone to have the same rights. This is not about stealing rights away from anyone. This is about stop indoctrinating our young children. That's all.
This would not be even a topic right now if they didn't make a big deal about it. And that's what you're saying is attention, look at me. I want to. And without wanting our hatred, and that's they have nothing. They have nothing.
They do want us to hate them.
Yeah.
They do. And no one's talking about that. Well, we are. We are. They want us to hate them.
Because otherwise they got nothing.
The happiest place on earth will have its first LGBTQ plus celebration. Disneyland Resort announced it'll be holding its first Pride Night this year on June 13th.
Well, we should go because the lines will probably be real short.
And
right? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't know. Here in Southern California, I don't know.
I mean, I'd put a little hat on, a couple little lipstick, and just to get in some short lines.
The summer celebration would go on later into the night with themed entertainment and Disney characters. While this is the park's first official celebration of the queer community, thousands of LGBTQ plus Disney fans have been organizing unofficial gay days at Disneyland and at Orlando's Disney World Resort since 1991.
You think Goofy's going to be dressed in drag? I just pictured the...
He's effing Goofy.
Well, yeah. I'm Goofy. I'm dressed in drag tonight.
But what are these unofficial gay days?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Mark, what is that?
Unofficial gay days.
Oh, they just get together. What's the term when a group of people come all of a sudden at one spot?
That's called a porno movie, Mark.
A flash mob.
Flash
So they
mob.
just get together and go as a big giant group.
It's a complicated history, my friends. This comes, of course, after Disney's complicated past with the queer community. In most recent years, the company came under intense scrutiny after it kept silent about Florida's Parental Rights in Education Act, dubbed the Don't Say Gay Bill. Dubbed, because that's not what it was called.
Who dubbed it?
It's not. The left dubbed it Don't Say Gay. It's not Don't Say Gay. You can tell that what I'm reading to you here comes from lefty propaganda. It's a friggin' source that you can't believe because they have a bone to pick and an axe to grind. The bill passed and the now law prevents discussions about sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through third grade classrooms. What's wrong with that? I never liked the idea of sex education in schools. I think that's up to the parents.
Yes.
It's not up to teachers.
Agreed.
You know, because that was all about giddiness and laughing and vagina, penis. I mean, what kid didn't sort of smirk and laugh and
draw pictures?
Okay, I didn't.
Well, I draw pictures. I did.
Disney's films have received mixed reviews for its LGBTQ plus depictions, but the advocacy group GLAAD issued a report last year lauding Disney for its increase in representation. Yay!
You know what Disney should do? They should take that businesswoman from Bud Light, have her run this park, and see how long they stay in business.
Yeah, the extreme. I love that they added this. The extreme right-wing you know, you know what they're doing, of a company's creative and business decisions. Do you know? Okay, hold on. Let me see how I printed this out. If I screwed this up,
Dave.
Oh, okay. Do you know that Dylan Mulvaney not only represents Nike and of course Bud Light, but KitchenAid?
No, I didn't know that.
Walmart. Now wait for it. Dylan Mulvaney, and I don't know if he's currently repping them, but I know for certain he was, Tampax.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Tampax.
I heard about that.
Are you fighting back, females? Biological, beautiful females? Are you fighting back? A Dylan Mulvaney who will never be a female. Do you think that makes sense? Will you watch an ad by Dylan Mulvaney touting the gorgeousness of a Tampax as opposed to other female devices?
That's tough.
It's not really a device. Well, I guess it is, sort of.
Yeah.
But are you fighting back? Will you fight back? Conservatives honor their womanhood, so they are fighting back. Slowly but surely, I think the tides may be turning.
Boy, I hope so.
But as much as the tides turn, the backlash will continue from the left. They will get in your faces because, oh, you're a hater. I guess I am a hater if hating means hating stupid. I do hate stupid, but I don't hate people. Conservatives honor their womanhood after Dylan Mulvaney marks 365th day of girlhood. He will always be a man, my friends. But conservative women are celebrating their actual womanhood after Dylan Mulvaney marked his so-called 365th day of girlhood. Bud Light's controversial idiot stick spokesperson had a show in March to celebrate having dressed up as a woman for 365 days. Yay, that's quite an accomplishment. I should get something for dressing as a man for this many years on this planet.
Yeah, we all should.
Actress, content creator, TikTok sensation Dylan Mulvaney made his grand return to the stage in a one-night-only variety show celebrating his 365th day of girlhood, streamed live from New York City's iconic Rainbow Room. I love the Rainbow Room. Now, I will not boycott the Rainbow Room because they chose to put on an event with this idiot, who is not really an idiot. The guy is laughing all the way to the girls' room.
But don't you think,
isn't he?
Don't you think he's going to fade away in a couple of years?
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Because either he has tremendous talent or he doesn't. And I don't know. I mean, he does a really great little tiny girl's voice.
He is talented.
I mean, he's spot on with that.
Yeah.
But aside from anything else, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's the best actor on the planet. In a video on March 13th, Mulvaney was tagged in a clip of himself getting ready to appear on the Drew Barrymore show while wearing pink outfits and makeup.
Yep.
I think me and Drew are going to be a match made in heaven, Mulvaney told followers. In a social media post, an image was shared holding an American flag and told followers, "Today I celebrate 13,262 days of being a woman." It's mockery. Females, are you listening to me? It's mockery of your gender. It's mockery. I've been pregnant 5 times, miscarried in 2012, and gave birth to 4 incredible boys that came out of my womb. This woman who has had enough continued. Any day now, one of those 4 boys will make me a grandmother. Womanhood is so much more than just dressing up.
Hear,
nice.
Hear, hear.
That comes from Lauren Boebert. Any day now, one of those 4... Why? Is
there an echo in here?
Yeah, I guess. In addition, Republican Representative Myra Flores of Texas said she was celebrating 13,615 days of being a woman, adding she gave... Didn't I just say that?
Is there an echo in here?
There is no greater pain and greater joy than becoming a mother, Flores concluded.
Don't make me say it again.
Yeah. Making a career out of... is this Barbie... Not even Barbie looking, because if that's the best that this Mulvaney will ever look... But my God, you don't. There is no femininity whatsoever. It's all put on. It's a scam-a-lamma ding-dong.
You know, and people they compare this like, oh, remember, Mr. Mom, and remember Mrs. Doubtfire. Completely different stuff. That was
How about Some Like It Hot?
Some Like It Hot. It's
different.
It's all fantasy.
That's a different thing.
Crap, man.
And, yeah, they weren't trying to be women. They were trying
to hide.
Yes. Right. It was a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But according to...
I mean, if Robin Williams was alive today and seeing this happening, he played Mrs. Doubtfire. I think he'd be disgusted.
He'd probably kill himself.
Oh, no.
Flores...
God. Jeez. That was hard.
Have we no shame on this show?
I guess not.
No, obviously not.
Sarah, not good.
He's always been a fame chaser, tried everything to be famous, but that didn't get him the fame he craved, so he decided to pretend to be a girl. Dylan is making a career out of mocking women, getting paid millions to do such. He's always been a fame chaser, always tried to be famous, always wanted the fame, and so this is simply a scam-a-lamma ding-dong, and Dylan will always be a man. No matter what you do to your body as a female, you will always be a female, and vice versa. Now, do we have a problem with you doing such things to your body?
As long as you're of age?
If you are an adult, have at it. I wish you wouldn't. I wish you'd truly consider it. And P.S., how would you know what being a woman feels like if you're a man? That's the argument. As a female, I've always felt like a man. You don't know what that feels like. We'll be this after back on Outlaw.
One more time. Let's try it one more once. stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
All right, my friendlies. Welcome back to the Big Dog of Broad Chasing. Meant to say casting, didn't I? Baby. We smoke, we drink, we interrupt from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar in the hills of the San Fernando Valley, spitting distance from where those miscreants live, right over there in Hollywood, Cali. Yeah, we're not miscreants. Yeah, we've been on this LGBTQIA thing for most of the day because, my God, it's in the spotlight, and that's what these folks want. They don't want to get along; they just want attention, as much attention as possible. And boy, are they getting it! And you're welcome. We should bill them for all the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about earlier, they say that us, meaning us on the right, whatever.
Meaning we, meaning us.
Are the violent ones and whatever. But when these people protest or you try to interview these people, they tell you to F off, they push you, they...
Oh, no. They're extremely violent. Because
hostile.
Yes.
Hostile.
Because hostility is the best way to make a point and to what? Again, garner attention.
And megaphones. You got to have a megaphone to talk. Can't hear your regular voice.
It's all about grabbing as much attention as possible.
If I was out there interviewing, I'd go, can you use your inside voice, please?
So we're going to switch gears for a moment here.
Okay, let's do that.
But before I do that, I want you to know that we are... I'm speaking for myself. If those are happen to be dissenters in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, if my brother Mart and Mark C.G. Boyer don't agree,
you will get stoned.
Then please speak up. We are here to defend the rights of biological females. We are here to defend your femininity. I love nothing more than femininity.
Mm-hmm.
I love nothing more than the gorgeous female scent. Have I ever mentioned this on the show that I'm not a big fan of perfume?
Yes.
I don't like perfume.
I don't either, man. Maybe I get it from you because it
makes you sneeze.
I can't stand it.
Yeah,
and by the way, what are you trying to hide? Don't hide that beautiful femininity. I will tell you, a real man savors that and appreciates that. Biological females, might I be so bold as to say, you rule. And we are here to defend your rights. And what rights are those? That you are biologically a female.
They have the right to,
yes, and men will never be women, ever.
It just won't happen.
No matter how many effing operations, you will never be a female. Kid yourself all you want, but you're delusional. And most of the time, you're friggin' mental patients.
Hey, give it up for yourself.
Like that idiot Stick who is attempting to breastfeed his baby with his male nipple.
Can we get his name? Because I will call the authorities on it. If they haven't caught wind of this yet, somebody's got to...
Okay, it's not up to you, Mart. I mean, if someone hasn't made that phone call, please. I mean, these two idiots, these two circus freaks have received enough attention where some caring person would want to grab that beautiful child out of their friggin' quote-unquote care. It's just ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Did Mark, by the way, at break, I heard you talking to Mark C.G. Boyer about this. Did he have a problem with this? Did he?
No, I had a comment.
Hold on, Mark. He was asking me.
Hold on a second. Well, what was your comment? Because I thought you said it wasn't child abuse.
He didn't have a comment. I simply asked him a question. I said, don't you think that this is pedophilia and abuse? Hold on, Mark.
Yeah.
Of what they're doing. He said, well, not really because they're not doing anything to the child. They're not?
Well,
They're not doing something sexual.
No. Yes, they are.
No,
they're not.
Well,
yes, they are. They're putting the child's head on their nipple.
Yeah.
That's
But
doing
that
something
isn't
sexual. It's
Hey,
not.
Okay, stop.
Come on.
You two stop for a second. At first, at first blush, I was about to take Mark C.G. Boyer's side on this. And my brother Mart made a beautiful point. And when you mentioned pedophilia, I was going to say, no, these are just two circus freaks.
Yeah.
These are two a-holes. But my brother Mart, I must tell you and commend you that you are correct. You are right. It is pedophilia.
Child abuse
and
and
no matter and Mark
Abuse, yes.
Mark C.G. Boyer, you, my friend, are wrong, and I'll explain why. I have and I don't know if they're the most sensitive nipples, but I have sensitive nipples. And that is a sexual organ.
Absolutely.
But as a male, you can't produce milk. So yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Child Protective Services, take that baby away from these idiots.
And they're forcing a little baby Mark.
And by the way, for not, I mean, what is the point of that if there will never be milk coming from that friggin' unit on that man's effing chest?
Yeah,
From his perspective, he thinks he's trying. Wait a minute. Just let me finish.
Wait, Mark, are you? So you're inside this maniac, this crazed circus freak's mind?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark.
It's obvious.
You know what? I don't even want to look at you right now.
No, Mark.
It is,
You're disgusting me. You're disgusting me.
No.
You're trying to justify.
Hold on, Mark.
No, I am not.
Hold on, Mark.
We're having a conversation.
Hold on, Mark. Allow Mark C.G. Boyer to speak.
From his perspective, he thinks he's bonding with the child,
and
that's just ridiculous.
And by the way, that is ridiculous. And you don't know if that's what he's doing. He may be getting a modicum of pleasure from this. I would never do that with a baby. I mean, suffice to say, but I would do that with my baby, and I think I know. You know what I'm talking about here?
There's something else I wanted to.
A female of age, I have no problem with her latching on. Okay,
but that's a female.
But I'm not.
Mark, are you
No,
going to keep on digging your hole?
In a sexual context.
Are you on this planet, Mark? Yes. What else, Mark?
Male discharge from the nipples is a serious medical condition.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it usually indicates some kind of serious infection.
Yeah.
And if he has discharge, he's feeding this to his kid.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Good point, Mark. See, isn't it fun when we can all, even though we can disagree about certain points, that we're all on the same page?
Well, Mark, it's tough for Mark to admit.
No, but I
he's wrong.
Hey, okay.
And you're wrong in this.
Hey, Mark, why is it so important for you to have someone admit they're wrong? See, it's not for me. It's not that important.
Well, okay, then maybe just
the fact is that we're all getting along. Okay, I promised we'd switch gears, and we haven't, but I'm about to.
All right.
Okay.
How about those Dodgers?
Have you heard about the new rat czar in New York City?
No.
Yeah, Eric Adams, the all-knowing idiot stick mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, has hired a rat czar, a.k.a. I guess the rat queen. And how much does a rat czar in New York make?
$250,000. How about that?
Hey, Mark, unless you know the answer...
Oh, I'm just guessing.
Don't take away from the content, because you just did that. Now, when it's much less, then my point is sort of moot.
Strike two.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 2 strikes now.
Yeah.
Don't go for your third, because it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Because, Billy,
No.
HR will be informed.
Yeah. $155,000 a year. Do you see what I'm saying? Where Mark says $250 and now it sounds less.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of money. $155,000 a year, and they went on this search for a while for New York City's first ever rat czar, but it's finally come to an end. Kathleen Karate, who, as I understand, I read a little of her bio. She was always around rats as a child. So she would be
something up with that.
She would be the rat czar because they're having a big rat problem there in New York. So
haven't they always?
So Eric Adams, instead of just taking care of business. Oh, by the way, did I mention that Kathleen Karate is a female? You don't think this is another one of them political woke moves, right? Where all of a sudden now we need a rat czar? Yeah, because...
I feel like a rat.
Well, she'll be tasked with mitigating the growing rat population. New York City now has a rat czar.
So she's a rat whisperer.
Yeah, she's been named the city's director of rodent mitigation.
Beautiful.
And what is the largest rat in New York City? Well, he's the DA. That would be the largest rat. But the largest rat who is not human? No, wait a second. That would still be the DA. Let me move on. A true dyed-in-the-wool rodent, a real-life rat, is the Norway rat, or the brown rat variety.
Yep.
The average brown rat is 16 inches long and weighs 1 pound. That is one big-ass rat.
Those are
man.
Norwegian wood rats, and that's what we had up in Washington for a while.
I can't stand them.
Yeah.
You know, and a couple things. I don't trust anyone who doesn't drink. And I don't trust anyone who has a rat or a rodent as a pet. I do not trust them because I think that there is some affliction there for you to look at a rat. I had an ex-girlfriend who had a rat, but for a very short time. I think all of her relationships were very short.
It's funny because my ex-girlfriend was a rat.
Yeah. But these things weigh 1 pound, and some grow to 20 inches and weigh 2 pounds.
That's a big dog.
So the good news is there's a beautiful rat czar, and her name is Kathleen Karate. There in New York.
I can picture her with a wand in her hand, and she's dressed in a ballerina, and she's spinning around, wishing off the rats in New York City, living in a sewer, by the way.
Maybe she's got the little flute and leading them all out.
Riley Gaines is trying to get likes and get clicks, and sporting bodies should decide how trans athletes compete. This was on Real Time with Bill Maher. Katie Porter, who is a Democrat right here in the formerly great state of California, said that sporting bodies should decide the competitive status of trans athletes, and former collegiate swimmer Riley Gaines is trying to get likes and get clicks. She also stated that Gaines shouldn't face any physical assault for her views. Oh, that's big of her. That's big of you, Katie. And is speaking up for herself, and that is her prerogative, and I respect her free speech. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're a liar. Katie, yes, I'm coming out and I am saying you're a friggin' liar. You don't respect free speech. You're a Democrat here in California. There's no way you respect free friggin' speech.
No First Amendment.
After Talk TV host Piers Morgan referenced the treatment of Gaines and author J.K. Rowling for their positions on transgenderism, Porter stated, "We should be able to have a civil discussion about these things. I think some people have trans people in their lives, and they know and they love, and they're concerned about their safety and their well-being. No one's out to get them."
No.
You see, that's a scarecrow. It's a lie. No one's out to get them. Other people, it's a new or unfamiliar topic. We should be able to have a civil debate. Nobody, including Riley Gaines, who I disagree with strongly, said Katie Porter, Democrat here in California, should be physically hurt. Morgan then cut in to ask, why do you disagree with out of interest? Oh, what do you disagree with? Porter answered, I think it should be up to sporting bodies to make the decisions about who gets to compete. Wrong. If it is a biological male, they should not be competing on a female team.
Absolutely not.
In any sport whatsoever.
Yeah.
Morgan then cut in to ask, but what has she said that's actually wrong? Porter responded, I think that what she has done is try to turn this. We talked about people using things to kind of get likes and clicks and get clicks. So
she said nothing.
She said, yeah. Katie Porter, Democrat here in California, said absolutely nothing, except, see, this is the way the Democrats think. It's all about getting clicks. It's all about getting attention. Morgan responded that all I've ever seen her do is to stand up for women's rights to fairness and equality. She actually competed against Leah Thomas, and it was obviously unfair. Porter then stated, that is something I trust. I think our sporting bodies should be dealing with. And by the way, Riley is speaking up for herself, and that is her prerogative. Oh, yes, it is her prerogative. But should males compete with females? Absolutely not. See, there is life isn't fair, right? Well, why do we have to go out of our way to make it even more unfair?
The international sports body voted against allowing transgender athletes to play or compete in the other genders' teams or competitions.
Right. Which is the right thing to do, isn't it, Mark?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Boy, thank God we got something out of you.
Got a lot to get to. Woke fail, by the way. HBO boss shuts down J.K. Rowling question after trans rage over Harry Potter series launch. All that and, well, Sean Patrick and Disney groomers lost $250 million.
This is Outlaw Radio.
They like to chat about the dresses they will wear tonight.
In a while.
They chew the fat about their dresses and the neighbors fight.
Quite some time.
Inconsequential things that men don't really care to know.
Oh, yeah.
Become essential things that women find so apropos.
Love it.
but that's a dame. They're all the same. It's just a game. They call it girl talk. Girl talk.
That, my friends, is the great Jack Jones.
Yeah.
And a song that could not be recorded or released today.
Well, and I just got really quickly.
By the way, I'm going to bump out with the rest of this song in just a second because it's if you're a newcomer to that song, you've never heard that before, listen to this song and the lyrics. Yeah, Mark?
Our mother told me when she was growing up, and this came out, she was a huge fan. She fell in love with this guy, regardless. And nowadays, it was to be taken the wrong way.
Well, of course, because it's blasphemous.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be degrading women. No,
it's not.
I mean, we are your number one fans, you lovely biological females. We here on this show.
I'll take the 30-year-old.
Your demons of decadence are your number one fans. And we're hoping that you'll fight for your right
to party
for femininity.
Yeah.
HBO boss shuts down J.K. Rowling question after trans rage over a Harry Potter series launch. Journalists. Question about J.K. Rowling's involvement in the upcoming Harry Potter TV series was ignored by HBO content head Casey Bloys. The freeze came after Warner Brothers announced the merger of Discovery Plus and HBO Max into a new streaming service. By the way, just so we need another friggin' streaming service with a bunch of movies that suck. I mean, they all suck. It takes 2 hours for me to find a movie, and then it eventually sucks. And 10 minutes in, I'll go back to Rumble or YouTube. I mean, it really does. I'm telling you the truth here.
Yeah.
There are so many sucky movies out there available. With it, a plethora of new shows were revealed, including an original Harry Potter scripted series. In the press release, the media conglomerate confirmed Rowling would be involved to ensure the series remains loyal to original material. So what do you think happened, huh? Because Rowling's involved? A Q&A held on the Warner Brothers Burbank studio lot after the announcement, which is right down the street from where we do our show here in the San Fernando Valley, by the way. Bloys was asked about how Rowling's stature could impact the show. No, I don't think this is the forum, Bloys responded. She said, that's a very online conversation, very nuanced and complicated, and not something we're going to get into. But why wouldn't we have an argument or a discussion? It's called a conversation. But of course, shut down. The new series from HBO Max will cast new leads and include far more detail from the 7 novels. Rowling will be involved in the series in an executive producer capacity. She will not have total control over the show's writing room. Bloys previously said the company has no plans to get into or address Rowling's political views and will instead be focused on bringing Harry Potter. So it's like, well, there are two sides of the story.
Yeah.
I understand what Mark was sort of thinking there. It's like, yeah. I mean, are we going to get into this again? Is sort of what Bloys is saying, right? It's like, just stop it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So just stop it. J.K. Rowling wrote the friggin' book.
Yeah. Well, let's have her part of this. Well, I would think you would.
Yeah, she wrote the book. Jeez, so let's not get into the crap. Okay, we'll take you to break with the great Jack Jones, our friend from Palm Springs, who was on this show a number of years ago.
Yeah, man.
I love this man. One of the last great crooners. And here's a song that if you're woke, you're gonna hate this.
They all meow about the ups and downs of all their friends. The who, the how, the why, they dish the dirt, it never ends. The weaker sex, the speaker sex, we mortal males behold. But though we joke, we wouldn't trade you for a ton of gold. So baby, stay and gab away, but hear me say that after girl talk to me. So, baby, stay and gab away, but hear me say that after girl talk to me. So, baby, stay and gab away, but hear me say that after girl talk to me. They like to chat about the dresses they will wear tonight. They chew the fat about their tresses and the neighbors fight. Inconsequential things that men don't really care to know become essential things that women find so apropos. But that's a dame, they're all the same. It's just a game, they call it girl talk, girl talk. They all meow about the ups and downs of all their friends. The who, the how, the why, they dish the dirt, it never ends. The weaker sex, the speaker sex, we mortal males behold. But though we joke, we wouldn't trade you for a ton of gold. So baby, stay and gab away, but hear me say that after girl talk to me. So, baby, stay and gab away, but hear me say that after girl talk to me. So, baby, stay and gab away, but hear me say that after girl talk to me.
Great God in heaven, you know I love Magic Man.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Sign me
Nicely.
up.
When you're in prison, don't turn the other way. Keep your back against the wall. When you're in prison, don't turn the other way. Do not bend at all. Oh, don't pick up the sword. Pick up the sword.
the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He's just passed out. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten him up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all his guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Welcome back, my friendlies. Welcome back to the big dog. Make you wanna holla. Little thing we call Outlaw Radio. On YouTube, you're required to punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. You know what I found? A couple nights ago, there's some little putts, brand new, calling themselves Outlaw Radio. Some little friggin' miscreant son of a bitch calling themselves Outlaw Radio. And I found it by punching in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Uh-oh.
You know, I mean, what are we going to do here? Well, I mean, this is why I'm specific in saying that if you want to watch us on YouTube or rumble.com, then simply you have to punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. But then you'll see another icon with Outlaw Radio and a microphone, and you'll assume it's us. You know, I mean, we're just people. We're just sort of humans, so we use the radio or devices, smart TV, your telephone, whatever the hell it is, like a toaster. And so whatever pops up, and so this little son of a bitch is obviously trying to jump on our coattails. And so I just want to say that, cage match, you little bastard. Yeah. I mean, he looks small. He's got a really tiny little head.
Wait, is he doing a podcast or what's he doing?
Whatever he's doing, it's on YouTube. And
maybe he's just trying to deflect. Maybe he's trying to interfere.
No, what he's trying to do is build a listener and viewership from us. So
it's hard enough for us, for God's sake.
Yes, I know, you little bastard. God, why does it have to be? Why does it have to be so damn difficult? Why can't you be clever and creative? Come up with your own thing. Outlaw Radio, not one to boast. That's mine. That is mine. I came up with that 20 effing years ago.
Yeah.
We drink, we smoke, we interrupt. Next, they're going to start saying that. And then what? Then we have to hire an attorney? I can't afford an attorney these days.
I got a pretty good one.
You do?
Yeah.
All right.
Larry H. Parker.
Yeah. A little pro bono, I hope.
Pro bono.
Okay. Oh, Mark. This is why you should be a part of that college radio station down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, give it up for yourself.
Yay.
Disney groomers lost $258 million on Woke Lightyear. Strange World. $258 million to try and groom little kids by introducing adult sexuality into the children's films Lightyear and Strange World. And it cost you because you lost that much money. Good going. Good going, Disney.
Smart.
Yeah.
No, good going the adults that didn't take their kids to see them.
All right, Mark, thank you for overstating the obvious.
All right, he is going to start his own college show.
Well, he is.
That wasn't fun.
It's like a part of this thing all of a sudden.
Mark, what are you going to call it? Outlaw Radio?
I'm going to call it Mark C.G. Boyer's Outlaw Radio.
Okay. Yeah, well, I hope you have as much success as I have had. You are doomed, my friend. HBO, I already went through that. Okay, how about this? Mark Wahlberg, who I've always liked, even when it was Mark C.G. Boyer and the Funky Bunch back in the day.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
Yeah, he was seen bagging groceries at a store where he worked at as a teen, where it all started. He visited a Massachusetts grocery store on Tuesday where he once worked, greeting employees and customers with hugs. See, he's a guy who's doing that because he's digging it.
He walks the walk, man.
He does, and it makes him feel good. And Mark Wahlberg is not some right-wing guy. I think he's a pragmatist who happens to be sort of in the middle. He's most likely one of those old school Democrats that doesn't. Maybe he does know his party left him. You know, I got a feeling
he got the hell out of Hollywood.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's smart enough to know. You know, he's in Vegas now, of all places, but it is Nevada, and I love Nevada.
I mean, that guy was going to the church every Sunday. My buddy was attending. He would go to Sunday at church in somewhere. Maria Del Rey.
He's a good Catholic boy. That Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. But I like him a lot, man. I like him a lot. Adam Carolla.
Love him.
Calls Gavin Newsom a sociopathic buffoon.
That's being nice.
Succinct.
Spot on. Spot on. His regard for Gavin Newsom is the regard that we have here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio for this son of a bitch. And you know that I mean, if he's not, gun to my head, is he or isn't he running for president? I would have to say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's apparently positioning himself as the future presidential run because Biden ain't it.
And they have no other...
Biden ain't it, man.
They have no other Democratic...
No, the guy is lost. The Biden is done.
Well, Matt, when I was telling Mark during a break, I said...
It's kaput.
When Joe just went to Ireland with his son, with his beautiful, lovely son,
well, that he's
Hunter...
Well, that he's extremely proud of. Joe Biden's extremely proud of it. And he's proud for what reason? I guess the same reason why we have Pride Day. We're proud of what exactly?
I don't know.
What is it we're proud of? Of having same sex? I mean, wait, what is it you're proud of?
But if you hear him in Ireland and he's speaking, it's almost like he's saying goodbye to everyone and saying, "Oh, son, it's so nice to be back in the homeland."
This is Biden's swan song. The guy is done.
He knows he's done.
But let's bring in a friggin' miscreant from California who has so totally effed up this state and did every wrong thing during the COVID deal. Every wrong thing. Shut down every friggin' business. Lost gazillions of dollars. Killed ma and pop businesses. And more than that, killed ma and pop dive bars.
Oh.
Now you're hitting home.
Yep.
Now you're hitting where I friggin' live.
And I know I've said it before, my poor friend, man, she lost her place. She just started to see a profit.
She owned a dive bar in Tarzana.
After 8 years, she finally starting to see a profit.
And then boom.
Boom, man. Just pulled out, her rug was pulled out, and she sold her house, moved to Arizona.
No, this Gavin piece of crap Newsom, he knows exactly what he's doing. It's all about feeding big business and taking ma and pops and throwing them to the curb. I mean, that's exactly what he's doing, and that's exactly what all these a-holes on the left want. That's what they're looking for, but it is NIMBY, not in my backyard, because when we are riding around on 10-speed bicycles, these a-holes will have an excuse for being in a car that is guzzling gasoline because they lie to you. They never, ever tell you the truth. Well, we're eating at Jack in the Box, which, by the way, I like Jack in the Box.
I do, too.
And even those tacos, which are, we don't know what that is in there, but damn it, it's good.
Could be meat, could be cake.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But you got Gavin Newsom, sitting at a $300 a plate dinner in Napa friggin' Valley.
Yeah.
And that's who this guy is, without a mask, during the entire, and I'm not going to say the word because I I don't want YouTube to screw with
Man,
us.
he had a big party at his
But
winery,
because
and nobody was wearing masks.
He's a liar, and they kept the winery open. How about that?
How do they keep his winery open?
How about that? Because being on the left is never having to say you're sorry.
Yeah.
You don't even come up with excuses. You just double down on the lies. That's what they do.
And his Aunt Nancy, beautiful Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, come on. I will tell you, in her time, she's
got some big old...
Yes.
Okay.
Hooters.
She does.
Yes.
She does.
Can you imagine the fun that was had with those 60 years ago?
Hey, I'll tell you, but
hell yeah.
She was in that winery at that event, and she was sucking down wine and vodka like nobody's business.
And you know what she is? A biological female.
Right.
A biological female with real, and I don't believe those are man-made Hooters.
Oh, no, man. Those are the real deal, I think.
Wow.
It's weird we're talking about Nancy Pelosi's Hooters.
Who are you people on this show that we're watching and are listening to? What are you 12-year-olds?
Yes.
Are you 12-year-olds? No.
13-year-old.
I'll tell you what we are. We are heterosexual males. And when we speak of Hooters, or may I be so bold as to say sweater meat, when we are speaking of that, we are giving you lovely biological females
thumbs up,
kudos.
Yeah,
because thank you for the scent. Thank you for those lovely parts of your body, and thank you for your gorgeous brain. And of course, I'm lying about the last part. Of course, I am. But I will tell you that the conservative females happen to be the hottest.
Oh, they really truly
by
are.
far they're the hottest. You know why?
Way
because they don't have the chip on their shoulder from when they were young and the guys wouldn't talk to them. That's why they happen to be conservative. By and large, the lefty chicks are fugly friggin' Uggs. By and large, not all, but I'm trying to think of someone in the mainstream. Give me someone in the mainstream, and Mark C.G. Boyer, I hope you'll help me with this. My brother Mark. Someone on the left who happens to be hot.
Katy Perry.
Okay, all right.
She's pretty hot.
I was asking for someone. You gave me an answer.
And she's a lefty.
Hey,
she's
this
hot.
really this bothered me, and it shouldn't, because he was 102 years old. Al Jaffe. Al Jaffe, and I've known that name since I was 6 or 7 years old, because I have been a long time Mad Magazine consumer.
Oh, me too.
He was the original cartoonist, and he finally died at 102 years old.
God bless him.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot to be said for laughing. There's a lot to be said for humor.
Yeah.
Hey, Gen Zs. Hey, Gen Zs or whoever the hell you are, you humorless numbskulls. You want to live to be a ripe old age? Find some humor. Find some funny. Find some sarcasm.
Find a job.
Find a job. No, they're all working in Northern California. For the big social companies. Al Jaffe, Mad Magazine's award-winning cartoonist. He was always a wise guy. He delighted me and millions of kids.
You turned me on to that as just a kid.
Yeah, well, he was responsible for the fold-in in the Mad
right.
Magazine.
That's what I was going to just mention that the fold-in,
which you'd have to pull out, and then you'd have to fold over.
Right, put them together.
Then, Mark, you know Mad, right?
I folded many of those back pages.
Right, and it matches up and makes a whole different picture.
It was brilliant.
I love Mad Magazine. I believe still on the newsstand, still around, man. God bless him. And see, that's something with that fold-in you really can't do through the internet. It's something you have to buy.
Physically, it's got to be
Some of our favorite older comedians went through their factory, and ended up on SNL.
Well, they started Mad TV.
When you say their factory, you mean they were consumers
No, they were part of the writing. And,
of Mad Magazine?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's where they started.
Like Richard Belzer comes to mind.
They started Mad TV.
And by the way, I don't know if we gave the greatest homage to Richard Belzer, but he passed away some time ago, and that was a talented and I think a sweet man. So there,
funny on stage.
Is that the Bow Wow Wow guy?
No, that was Bowser.
No, that's the world's greatest. The world's worst game show host. Yeah. Yeah.
He's another lucky guy.
Oh, my.
Well, yeah. His claim to fame is making that really stupid face when he has his fist out, and that big chin. And by the way, now I feel bad in case it gets back to him because I don't hate him. I would have him in here smoking and drinking with us, but I bet he doesn't smoke or drink. He seems like sort of a lackluster guy in the humor department.
Well, but he was part of one of the worst game shows of all time.
Of all time. Match Game at night. Match Game
and Hollywood Squares.
Speaking of Mad Magazine, the mashup, of Hollywood Squares and Match Game.
And Gene Rugburn is one of the squares.
I will tell you that Gene was the greatest, was one of the top 2 game show hosts of all time. Gene Rayburn, man, he was the best.
Did you call him Rayburn?
Yes, he did.
Don't
and
do
you
that.
could tell that Gene hated every moment with Bowser on that show.
Yeah.
That he couldn't stand it.
Matt, I think you and I spent probably close to Gene's last moment on our
Yeah, we did at Zanku Chicken here in L.A.
Yes, we did, man. And he was angry.
Yeah, I spotted him. Well, he was angry. He said his agent promised him a bunch of stuff, movie roles and so on. He didn't come through.
He said they effed me.
He did. He said the F word. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he jumped
Almost
in his
died.
car and he almost got into a major accident.
I go, Matt, see what you did to it? Because he goes, I don't do interviews.
He was living with his daughter here in Southern California.
Yeah,
I loved him. I love Gene Rayburn. How the mighty have fallen. Hello, guilty. By the way, for those of you not watching us on YouTube, I just put my hand in the air and said, "Okay."
And it's just like you don't care.
Michael Lerner was a buddy of mine, a cigar smoking buddy of mine, and I loved him a lot, and I'm always truthful on this program. I'm always truthful in person, too, if we ever met. A lot of things to dislike about me, and that could be one of them. Maybe I'm too truthful.
You get that from our mom.
But Michael Lerner, I love him. I loved him dearly, but, one of the cheapest sons of bitches on the planet. He was in the Jewish community, they would call him a schnurrer. And
what does that mean, Mark?
It means
I have no idea.
It means he was. It means that he was always looking for a free cigar, and I would always give him a free cigar. But I loved the guy. He passed away at 81 years old. He's from Brooklyn. Played a myriad of imposing figures in 60 years in the business, including a monologuing. Mogul Jack Lipnick and Barton Fink, if you ever saw that movie. The crooked club owner in Bugsy Calhoun and Harlem Nights. And the angry publishing exec in Elf.
Oh, and I know who it is.
Yeah, big guy.
Yeah. Yep.
He was 81. I always get together with he and... Joey Pants. Joey Pantaleone.
You're right.
I always get together with the two of them. And by the way, that's COVID. I get it 4-6 times a week. Joey, also sort of cheap. Always looking for, but he was nice enough to bring me to his beautiful cheese guy in New Jersey and took me on a tour. So I feel bad about saying that, but I think he'd probably be the first one to admit to you, and you know Joey Pantaleone because he's been in everything. Guy is one of the great actors, great character actor.
From The Fugitive to whatever, man.
Been in everything. And that's a guy that he used to be a regular when I started Outlaw Radio.
Right.
Which I should have trademarked.
And Matt, we were at the cigar bar, the cigar lounge in Beverly Hills one night, and he was there, and you said, I said, well, that's Joey Pantaleone, Joey Pants, I love that guy. And you said, well, go say hi, but be careful because he's really has ADD bad.
Oh, no, he does. He always, yeah.
Like he'll talk to you, and he's not listening.
No.
Nothing you're saying.
No. But he's a good guy. We had a great time in Jersey. I'm trying to think what the town that Frank Sinatra was born. Because he took me to his cheese place, and he took me, and we had lunch. He had a deli, make some sandwiches. We went to his apartment, an apartment that he has had, I think, 40 years.
Wow.
And because his grandfather did. And so he may pay $200 a month for this joint.
Yeah, he's banking. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
That guy, yeah.
And then finally, but not really finally, because I'm going to get to Caitlyn Jenner and also Glenn or Glenda, which was a 1953 American exploitation film directed, written, and starring Ed Wood. And if you ever saw the movie Ed Wood, you had to love that thing, didn't you? But man, this was all about cross-dressing.
Well, Martin Landau was fabulous.
Was he not the best? And Martin was a dear friend of this show. And see, and that's the thing about doing a show like this. And myself, Magic Matt on Outlaw Radio, loving these great actors who are 30 and 40 years older than me. Because, damn it, man, they eventually friggin' take a dirt nap.
Well, Matt, I'll tell you this, man.
But I introduced my brother Mart to Martin Landau.
Throughout the years.
Great guy.
And I will say, throughout the years of doing this show, I have met
the
some
greatest,
of the coolest freaking people I can. And when I say Martin, I have a picture of me and Martin Landau.
But that Martin Landau from Mission Impossible and Ed Wood and it's
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, and so many movies and so on.
My favorite episode.
Oh, really? Let's see.
Yes, the test.
Yes, Martin, I'm looking up to heaven, man. That's for you. That man was a great man. That man was a smoking, drinking, partying son of a bitch.
He was drinking a glass of wine when we interviewed him at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
And smoking a stogie.
Little more, cigarette.
No, good man.
Yeah.
Good man. And speaking of not so good folks in show business.
The Baldwins? Anyway,
Bette Midler. Not all the Baldwins are bad. There's one. There's one good Baldwin. Bette Midler twists the Easter message to call gun control a resurrection for victims of school shootings.
Oh my God!
Hold on, let me find. I think I have this here. By the way, did I mention I'm producing the show today?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a lot of work.
Believe me.
Dave, I hate to say it, but I miss
Tattoo
you.
Dave, we miss you, buddy. Singer and actress. Who, by the way, because of her, she did one good thing. She discovered Barry Manilow at a bathhouse downstairs in New York City.
He was a famous jumping man from our Chicago way.
Hey.
He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft.
Well, you're a big dumb idiot.
And he was gone with the draft. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Why did Johnny Carson so adore this woman?
Oh, he loved her.
They must not talked about politics because it's coming out more and more that Johnny Carson leaned right. It's coming out more and more and more that the man was not even an old school Democrat, but a Republican. That he was a Reagan guy. How could maybe Bette wasn't so vocal? I bet Bette, because Johnny was the king, wasn't vocal about her politics.
And he wouldn't allow politics on his show anyway.
Well, singer, actress Bette Midler twisted the Easter message in a Sunday morning tweet, which ended with calls for more gun control and a shout out to Mike Bloomberg affiliated Moms Demand Action. There you go. What an idiot. She truly is an idiot stick. Bette Midler and Cher, get a room. And take a video. Even though you're old bags, I'd still like to watch it. All right, we'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
He was a famous jumping man from our Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He made his old bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he could not jam. The captain seemed to understand. Because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Well, today President Trump visited Texas, but he forgot to bring any empathy with him, but he did bring a hat that is for sale. What's going on? Why am I losing this? Why don't I have sound? All right, it's back. Someone's pressing buttons and turning my sound off. Who's asking for a Labor Day rundown in my ear?
Just give me that's it.
Someone in that control room is out of control. God damn it. Get
23 seconds.
There's insanity in the control room tonight. You have insanity in my earpiece. Don't leave it there. It's not my earpiece. It's somebody talking on our lines. Every time we go to a SOT, there's a woman talking in my ear about something that has nothing to do with what we're doing here. Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it?
I don't know. It's on a different.
Where's the hammer?
It's on a different.
Is it on the? Go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering. Stop the hammering.
I think it's going to be back there.
I'll go down to the goddamn floor myself and stop it. Keep the goddamn commercial break going. Call fucking Phil Griffin. I don't care who the fuck you have to call. Stop the hammering. Empty out the goddamn control room and find out where this is going on. It's either there or out there somewhere. The woman talking in my ear was talking about the Labor Day special repeatedly every time we went to a SOT. Yeah, what do you mean in the conversation? Not in the Bush SOT, no. Fucking out of control shit. I don't know why I bother to say how to cut the SOTs when you don't do it. I just don't, I don't know why I just, so now I have to chase those stupid goddamn entrails that you allowed him to stick out there. Jesus Christ. Crazy fucking sound coming in my ear, this fucking stupid hammering. I told you why I wanted those. It just fucking sucks. It fucking. It just fucking sucks. It fucking sucks to be out here with this out of control shit. Any fucking thing can come into my ear at any moment. That's what I know. Anybody can get into my fucking ear at any time. Some woman talking about what we're doing after the show. Fucking things. There's a reason these words have to be cut precisely.
Yeah, the left, they're sane, aren't they?
Fucking guests' faces coming up in the middle of a fucking script.
Got a minute 15. There's here.
While driving along, top down, hair whipping in the wind, the radio turned up so loud bugs burst and birds scatter. You've got it locked on the greatest show on earth. Tanned, relaxed, and grinning. The legendary Outlaw Radio.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. I don't think I mentioned once on the show to subscribe to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Come on. Show us some love. Even though I hate it so much when people say that, show us some love. And I just said it. See what I did just then?
What's your truth?
Yeah, there is no my truth. There's only the truth. But go ahead, subscribe to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. And on rumble.com, it's not a subscribe, it's a follow for some damn reason. On Rumble.com, same thing. You punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, blah, blah, blah.
And by the way, man, I want to welcome Wonderhussy back to YouTube, man.
Oh, yeah.
She was in YouTube jail.
Yeah, welcome back, Wonderhussy. We love the Wonderhussy.
Yes.
She's the lovely woman who lives out there in Death Valley, and she travels deserts throughout the nation, including but not limited to Nevada and Arizona and Utah.
And Outlaw Radio.
And California, and she's made her visit here, and we love Wonderhussy.
I sleep in the bed she slept in every night, and I think about her. Wow, that's creepy.
Caitlyn Jenner makes political move against transgender athletes. I can see who wrote this because it's written Olympic gold medal winner, decathlete, and failed California gubernatorial candidate. So this comes from the left. This has got to be something Mark C.G. Boyer sent me because he gets all the lefty rags.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
They have the juiciest.
Is there a reason for that, Mark?
Yes, because there's so much to rail on.
Well,
if you print out an article from our side, there's nothing to say.
Wait a minute, our side?
Yes, yes, our side.
I love
if you
that.
print out the left side, you can crab on
You
them.
come along, you're growing up.
You know what,
So
boy?
it's much more fun to crab on the other side when you get there.
Okay.
I knew our boy would grow up
Oh,
someday.
my God. Takes him so long to make a point.
I know,
and
it really
Then he
does.
doubles down, and then he says
Yeah.
it again. and-
How long you been doing this show?
Okay, Mark.
Son of a gun.
Enough. She announced. Oh, okay, because Caitlyn Jenner had the sex change. But Caitlyn, even though you had the sex change, I love you. You know I would have voted for you. I mean, instantly.
I don't think he or
as
she...
governor of California, had the sex change. Announced that, and so not a she. You're still a male who had a sex change.
Right.
That's all.
But I don't think he or she is a
What, Mark?
Is a full-on Democrat.
Not a Democrat in any way, shape, or form, Mart.
Yeah.
A Republican.
Yeah.
So you're 100% correct. Caitlyn's never gone on record as saying a Democrat. Always said that he is a Republican. Launching a political action committee called Fairness First with a focus on keeping transgender athletes from competing against girls and women. Thank you, Caitlyn Jenner. Thank you for doing the right thing. You know, it's not even being pragmatic. It's just common sense, isn't it? I mean, my God. Thank you, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn said, today I publicly launched Fairness First PAC to fight the radical gender ideology. And it is radical. We're called the radicals. We're called the radicals for being sort of normal.
Common sense?
Yeah, common sense, a little normalcy, and we're the radicals.
Yeah.
But thank
Pretty
you.
mellow people.
Thank you, Caitlyn Jenner, for calling it what it is. The radical gender ideology. Putting parental rights at the forefront of education. Keep boys out of women's sports. What a good guy. You know, I like Caitlyn so much. If you want to be called a female, I'll call you a good gal.
All right, I'm in.
All right?
Yeah.
We are a movement nonpartisan in nature with the intention of empowering parental rights, especially in light of radical gender ideology infiltrating our children in school, especially in sports in the classroom. The Fairness First website reads, we value protecting young children and the parental rights associated with having your young child go through the indoctrinating instruction in school and unfair advantages of biological boys competing against girls in sports. Who in the hell could argue with this? Who in the hell could argue this?
Educators. It's ridiculous.
Well, by the way, the moniker educators is ridiculous. It is. These days, it is.
There's an article
how about indoctrinators? Let's go with indoctrinators. Yes, Mark?
There's an article I gave you about a woman who's suing her school district because they supplied their preteen daughter with a device that squishes
Yes,
the
I heard
breasts.
about this.
And didn't tell her that they had done so because they have a non-disclosure policy.
A non-disclosure policy
to parents
with children,
right.
And they're not allowed to talk with the parental units about what is happening in their child's life.
No.
If this isn't a sick take on society these days, if this isn't heading in the wrong direction, hence the reason why the backlash from it's not backlash from the right. It's backlash from people who care about their children. And I'll tell you what, you woke moronic parents out there who think that we're talking out of our asses about this, screw you. You're doing more harm to your children, and you will see. You will have a comeuppance within 10, 15 years. It's going to come bite you on the ass. When you're finally acting like an adult in your late 30s, 40s, and 50s, you young parents who think this woke thing is a cool friggin' thing, because it ain't. It ain't. Just ask the soon-to-be-fired idiot stick over at Anheuser-Busch. Just ask that. And no, they won't fire her, although they should. But they can't because of backlash. It's the old mafia thing. You know, they'll put a rock through your window. Well, isn't that a terrible thing? It's called protection money. That's how Black Lives Matter has not only survived but thrived. It's protection money. Give us millions. We won't call you a racist. Isn't it time that we all grabbed ourselves? Well, I'm grabbing myself right now.
That's weird because I've been doing that all day.
That's weird.
Yeah, but isn't it time that we all took a look in the mirror and said, enough is enough. Enough is enough of this crap. It's not heading in the right direction, so do the right thing. And if you take anything from this show today, it's that we support biological females. We love you biological females. We are sick and tired of those making a mockery of your gender. Dylan Mulvaney, idiot stick who runs the marketing department at Anheuser-Busch. Is Matt really saying that on purpose, or does he not know how to pronounce the name?
Anheuser.
I don't know.
What?
Anheuser-Busch.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Well, I mean, it's Anheuser. And by the way, I am proud of.
You don't think I know how to pronounce it?
I am. I
mean, you don't know?
I am proud. No, I am proud of Billy for switching his brand of beer.
Billy Dilly, our HR man here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, seen on YouTube and Rumble.com. I gave him a load of S last Saturday because he was still drinking the Bud Light. And I'll tell you what, this is a man of convictions. And he is now drinking
Modelo.
Which is not an Anheuser-Busch company product, right?
No. What do you do when it goes on sale for a $2.50 12-pack?
For what goes on sale?
Budweiser, because they can't get rid of it.
I don't like it anyway, and I never have. But see, now Kid Rock, that was his choice. That was his choice of beer.
Well, Kid Rock will purchase it for target practice.
Well, yeah,
he does.
He won't drink it anymore, and Billy doesn't drink. You know, people that really stand by their convictions and say, you know what, screw you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate Billy Dilly.
Yeah.
Glenn or Glenda, 1953 American exploitation film, directed, written, and starring Ed Wood, credited in his starring role as Daniel Davis, and featuring Wood's then girlfriend Dolores Fuller and Bela Lugosi. Produced by George Weiss, who also made the exploitation film Test Tube Babies that same year. Ed Wood was known as making not really B movies, but C movies.
Worse than C's, F movies.
The film is a docudrama about cross-dressing and transvestism, and a semi-autobiographical in nature. See, Wood himself, back in the 50s, was a cross-dresser. And the film is a plea for tolerance. See, that was back when I truly believe that he was authentic in wanting tolerance. He didn't want people to look at him as a freak. It was back then when tolerance was a real thing. Today, the LGBTQIA, EIEIO, and on this fun there was an LGBTQIA. Today, it's not about tolerance. It's about getting in your face and giving them a reason to shout at you or the person at the fast food place who may look at them, in their opinion, funny. They're looking for conflict. But back then, I do believe that Ed Wood truly wanted some tolerance for his odd behavior, being a crossdresser. And it was widely considered one of the worst films ever made. However, it has since been reevaluated and is still the worst film ever made. But it's a cult classic because it's just low budget. The production values really suck. And early cinematic themes of transgender acceptance. And I got to give it up for Ed Wood. I mean, he's an authentic guy who enjoyed cross-dressing. And I don't really know. Was he gay?
He didn't. He had a one-man special near the end of his life.
The answer is Mark doesn't know.
No. And he didn't identify as gay or straight.
Yeah.
He just didn't talk about it. But I had so much respect for him after watching his one-man show.
Yeah?
And he talked about his life in Divine.
I got to see that, Mark. I haven't seen that.
You should watch my one-man show.
It was really interesting and entertaining.
Yeah? Okay. I will. Ed Wood, God rest your soul. I'll tell you what, ahead of his time, wasn't he? With this whole, and not even about being a transvestite. It's about simply dressing in women's clothes. And if you think that I'm giving not condolences, but acceptance to Ed Wood because I'm secretly some crossdresser, I'm not. I never have. I haven't even put on a pair of panties, but
Your pumps are fabulous, though.
Well, they're Joan and David pumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, well, I'm going to ask you.
And my Laura Ashley flower print. Not one to boast, but I'm so pretty.
You look fat.
Let me ask you a question. If the hottest chick, I mean smoking hot.
Yes, the answer is yes.
And she wants you to throw a pair of panties and a dress on. I've done it.
Well, you asked, and then you answered your own question.
Okay, I've done it.
And then you made it about yourself.
Yep. What do you do right there, Dave? Oh, Dave's not here.
What? Tattoo Dave? No. Believe me, sorely missed, because this is like pulling teeth, having to produce the show and then having to host the damn thing.
Yeah.
But am I bitching? Yes.
Yeah.
Howard Stern, a man who I have known since 1986 and have tremendous respect for. He's a great interviewer. He's a funny guy. He always let it all hang out, which made him a tremendous success. He's dumbfounded by Kid Rock's Bud Light protest over trans star Dylan Mulvaney. He was flamboyant in his own way. Howard Stern said he was dumbfounded after watching Kid Rock
shoot him up.
Yeah, shoot up all the Bud Light. Explaining the music star seems to be really bent out of shape over the beer company's partnership with transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney. Although Kid Rock did not mention her by name in the viral clip, the American badass hitmaker made sure to deliver a clear and concise message following Mulvaney's, I love how they said her. So Radar Online, obviously a big lefty, I knew that, publication. Following Mulvaney's recent promotion with her signature blue and white cans by shooting up full cases, F Bud Light, F Anheuser-Busch, Kid Rock said. Howard Stern covered the controversy, asking why Kid Rock and country star Travis Tritt were so upset and lost their ass over this beer can thing. Well, it's not a beer can thing. It's a product, Howard. It's a product, and it contains beer. I thought we were... I thought there must be a piece of this story that I'm missing, and I don't know why. I'm not bothered by gay people or transsexual people. They don't impact my life, Stern continued. Okay, it's not about being bothered. Because because Howard, sort of lives in his own world, in my opinion. And he's sort of a hobbit, not a hobbit, but he's. What am I trying to say here?
He's reclusive.
Yes, he's a recluse. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because he's a recluse. I'm not certain he's up to date with all of this LGBTQIA crap.
I don't think he cares.
No. And by the way, because he has so much damn money, he doesn't have to care.
Nah.
And I know he's an old school Democrat or new school. I mean, he still supports Hillary Clinton, but Howard, this is an issue because they keep ramming it down our throats.
And I'll tell you what, Candace,
and it's about pay attention to me. That's why enough is enough already. But yet, with that said, I understand Howard's position on this. It's like, well, they don't affect me. But you're not a beer drinker. Nah. I know you don't drink beer, Howard.
He doesn't really drink anything.
I mean, it got him, took everything to get him to drink Kettle One vodka. I'm telling you that. I know that for certain.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and I'll tell you who's on the camp, of course, on Kid Rock's camp and Trit and all that, is Candace Owens. I can't say enough about her. I love her.
Well, maybe you can say enough.
She is. Well, I think I just did, but she's fantastic, and she's behind this 100%.
Anyway, of course, Candace Owens is on the same page. Of course, she's a very bright woman
and cute as hell.
Oh no, she's a hot piece of A. Hey, Candace, did you hear me? Huh?
And she wouldn't mind you saying that.
Well,
I don't think so.
Let's talk to her.
Yeah.
Because I'll ask her the question. All right, when we return, we'll wrap this thing up. On the Big Dog O Broadcasting Outlaw Radio. This is one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time.
You say you will love me if I have to go. You'll be thinking of me. Somehow I will know. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you weren't so far away, then I will remember things we said today. You say you'll be mine, girl, till the end of time. These days, such a kind girl seems so hard to find. Someday when we're dreaming deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just a lucky guy. Love to hear you say love is love, and though it may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Love you all the time. Oh, you little brown. Hang on, no, wrong words. And this is that kind of show, I can stop. Recording studio. I reckon we've got an edit point here. Be the only one. Trouble is, of course, these lyrics, which have only been printed for millions of years, are wrong. Just you read them, you go, you'd think they'd have it by now. Well, mind you think I would. Okay. I'm just a lucky kind. Love to hear you say love is love, and though it may be blind, love is here to stay, and that's enough to make you mine, girl. Be the only one. Love me all of the time, little girl. We'll go on and on. Someday when we're dreaming deep in love, not a lot to say, then we will remember things we said today. And we will remember things that we said today.
And now, back to the exciting climax of our story.
This is legendary. Outlaw Radio.
Why, Captain Drummond.
Miss Miller. Magic Matt Allen.
All right. Hey, there's a little Kid Rock, huh? Love that Kid Rock.
Badass.
Pretty good aim, too. Pretty damn good aim. Bud Light suffers a major bloodbath, losing over $6 billion in 6 days, and probably way beyond that right now. Consumers have revolted, and thank goodness for doing the right thing.
Yep.
Americans, thank you.
Hey, you're right, man. It's truckers. It's construction workers. It's everybody. It's the rockers. It's
These
whoever.
are blue-collar,
Yeah, man.
hard-working sons of bitches, and this idiot stick, I'm assuming she's a German gal.
I would say by the name Heidelberg or
Heidel Schmeichensnuschen, Virgin, Geischen, Jeinsten.
You're welcome, bye.
Yeah, she's God. She's such an idiot.
Hot though.
And of course a fug. Of course she's a fug, because those on the left, the women. You women on the left are simply not hot.
Bring up the game, folks.
Man, do we have the hottest women, and they're all on the right.
Yep.
So the old and by the way, this was a top-selling brand. So no matter what this idiot stick at Anheuser-Busch says,
yeah,
they were making money hand over fist, and they screwed themselves because the powers that be in the company listened to her and said, "Oh, well, she must know. She must know what she's doing." I think society flexes its muscles sometimes and reminds manufacturers the consumer is still in charge. I love that. I don't love those folks distributing the brand and depending on that money for their livelihood to feed their kids.
Down to the truck drivers, man.
Yeah, how dare you? But do you think this chick at Anheuser-Busch cares? I don't think she cares about anyone but herself.
That sounds like that.
Yeah. What else here?
That was me who did a sigh that time.
What else before we go? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, Radical California. We by the way, we emanate from California. Radical California leftists want this reparations lunacy to be a blueprint for America. These reparations, millions of dollars to our black brethren. My God. So if I identify as a black person,
can I get
I mean, but why would that be any different than all of the other lunacy that's coming down right now?
Yeah.
But of course they want it to be a blueprint for America, because it seems like the craziest, weirdest crap that happens here in California. For some reason, other states think that's a good idea and tag along. I don't get it. The former governor of Nevada, man, he was in lockstep with this friggin' piece of crap, Governor Newsom, here in California. And because of that, he got his ass handed to him, and he's no longer the governor. So let that be a lesson. I hope it's a lesson.
And there's payola going on all over the place, too, with that kind of crap. That's what I think. I think Newsom pays people.
In reference to what?
In reference to the governor of Nevada that was not hired back because he held on.
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure.
I didn't think so.
I didn't know he played records on the radio.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Payola.
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what my brother's talking about.
Billy, we got a problem in here.
No, I'll tell you the problem is our HR man, Billy Dilly, is making more sense than the two of you put together.
We're in trouble.
And because of that, I must be getting the wangaroo out of here. Billy Dilly, thank you for being here. My brother, Mart.
Gee.
And, of course, HR man, Billy Dilly. I will continue to be Magic Matt on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Whatever you do, don't forget that bumblebees can't fly.
Baby, how was I supposed